Hi, let's discuss about how to manage the loading state. Whenever we are trying to show the data in the UI, there is a chance due to the customer network being very slow, the data can take some time to load it. So if that is the case, you need to have a loading icon to show that yes, data has been processed and it has to be displayed in the UI. So how do we do it? So we try to manage a specific explicit state for trying to indicate whether the component data has been already loaded or not. Initially we try to set it to true, that yes, component is being loaded. Then again, once the data has been successfully retrieved, or otherwise when there is an error message, we'll try to set it to the false. So let's try to update our component to have the initial state of the loading as true, so that we can get the load icon. And at the same time, once the data has been successfully passed or otherwise there is an error, we'll try to set the loading message to false. So here when our post list component, let's try to define the state to maintain the load state. So we can have loading and set loading. So once we have successfully passed the data, we can go and manage this data to be set loading as true. So yeah, set loading as false once the data has been successfully retrieved, and we can go and manage this. Yeah, and when there is an error message, like once the it has been successfully loaded, we can make it as false. And if there is a loading message still shows up, we should be able to go and show that okay, some that it has been loading over here. So let's try to have a look at our example. And if you see here, so it says something went wrong, maybe the reason, yeah, it's not post one. Let's go and try to make it as post and try to come back to our UI. So it should show our data. Yeah, it is showing our data. So what I do here, I'll try to explicitly go to our network tab and try to enable the throttling, saying that yes, I want to simulate a slow 3G, so that whenever the data has been requested, it will go to the very slow network of 3G speed, and try to go to our refresh. Now at this moment, if you see, it is trying to load the data, and we have been able to see that loading message until our data has come up over there. Again, I'm trying to refresh the screen so that you can have a look at it. So, and if you see here, we have keep seeing the loading message until our data has been retrieved. So this way we can show either loading message or any scroll icon, like okay, loading icon over here. So what we have learned over in this example is, so we are able to uh, handle the loading state, and in initial stage we are able to set it to true, and whenever either we got the successful response or a failure response. If it is a successful response, we're making the loading as false, and again if there is failure response also, we're trying to make it as false. However, when the app component, at least this post list component has been initialized, we are able to make it as true, so that we are able to see this loading message saying that okay, yes, if loading, we are able to see this loading message over here. So whenever we are trying to handle the backend API to display the data, should be we should even maintain how to handle the errors. At the same time, how do we maintain the delay in the network request to display the data over here.